reports. It has allegations or observations of staff who were called for a physical audit and only a small percentage appeared. I think it would be fair to prosecute that report in a proper formal meeting so that we are not ambushing the governor with the numbers.
Chair,
but,
maybe I can
let's
ask
hear
only general questions. Governor, I can see 83% of your work staff are men. What is the challenge? Women of Homa Bay are not applying for positions. Maybe you can highlight that, and the fact that they have elected you. I'm not saying they have elected you because you are a woman, of course, because you are a leader. Number two, on this, just general, because we will, compensation of employees, in this 4 billion plus that you pay and other temporary employees, maybe just you can tell us, are all of them paid through IPPD, both permanent and temporary workers? Number three, in this head count, I know there are people who maybe have suspended and what have you, and I think yesterday you did suspend HR of Roads Department, who allegedly abducted a People Daily journalist. And Chair, you should be careful in Homa Bay. It could be one of the 1 million ways to die as a journalist. Because if you speak against something in Homa Bay, as a journalist, you are likely to be abducted. And it is on record.
No,
and you didn't suspend.
That cannot be a fact. That can only be an opinion.
No, I'm talking about allegedly.
Yes.
And by the way, the facts are that the governor suspended one of the officers of HR in Roads, and I think Roads Department, over allegations of adoption of a journalist. So we don't want to hear such stories from our counties. So in this head count, what are the challenges apart from suspension, disciplinary action? What is it that you are facing as a challenge? Just a general overview, then when you come for substantive. So those are my three questions. Whether all the employees are on IPPD, why is it that 83% are men? Where are the women in Homa Bay? And then finally, on the issue of head count, maybe you can give the general overview. I think.
Chair, so that you can answer both. I would also want to know the methodology that you used in your staff audit to give you 7183. What is the methodology?
Governor?
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I want to take great exception, just for the record, with the comments of Senator Cherargei on Homa Bay, 1,000 ways to die there.
No, I
want to take great exception.
I've ruled him out of order, so you don't need to respond to that. That was out of order. Please proceed.
Thank you, Chairman.
Because I want us to deal with the audit issues. Let's leave things that are out there.
I thought they say there was a nature officer that was suspended over allegations of abduction.
It's
a fact. Unless she says she didn't do it.
Senator Cherargei, let's deal with these substantive issues.
But it's part of the HR.
Let's deal with the substantive issues. Governor, could you respond to the substantive issue? I know sugar levels are going down.
I'd like to do that.
But the longer we prevaricate, the more we are going to stay here.
Chair, I pray that you guide us, please. Where we are, what you need to do, Chair, let's stick to the audit queries and process those issues as responded.
So, Governor, don't respond to issues that are not here.
Okay, Chairman. You know, Chairman, where Homa Bay has come from and where we are, and that is why I wanted to just...
Chair, just before the governor speaks, you know, we should also be alive of what is happening. We are not morticians, and unless you are telling us we are morticians, it's a fact, and it's a nature issue. I was just asking, allegedly, that some people have been suspended. It's a fact, and it's affecting HR. So it was only for the governor...
The suspension of officers and 1,000 ways to die are two very unrelated things.
Okay. Now let's leave the 1,000 ways to die.
Yes,
let's leave 1,000.
So that must be struck off the Hansard. The inference that being in Homa Bay as a journalist is among the 1,000 ways to die, I think that must be struck off the Hansard.
Anyway, Chair, that was my opinion. Let me now mention
Governor,
the other part.
I have cleared that matter. Let's go to the HR issue.
Chair,
thank you, Chairman. I wanted to...
You had asked your three questions. Let the governor respond, please.
Governor, Chair, so that I'm not misunderstood, I wish you could give me 30 seconds. I agree with the other part to be struck out, but I was just asking, as part of the HR issue, I did not say, because it's something that happened yesterday.
No, I think the objectionable part has been struck off the record, so we could proceed.
Thank you. Chairman, we have had all our staff on the HRIS. It's no longer the IPPD now. All our staff have been on the put on the HRIS. And the data that has been referred to by Senator Cherargei about our staff being 83% men, I think it is, I'm not sure which report he was referring to, because the gender of our employees is 53% women and 46% men. Chairman, on the question of the methodology that we used to get the 7183 number, putting our staff on the HRIS has enabled us to now have full visibility of the staff that we have. This is a continuous process because staff are leaving and joining also every day. So we have instituted a HR roundtable done by the Public Service Board and the authorized officers. And every month you make a report of who is in your department and is actually reporting to work, and who has left, who has been transferred, and we are making comparisons with that against the payroll. So it's a monthly, it's an exercise that we are carrying out monthly to be able to weed out the staff. We are now also going to institute biometric staff reporting elements, so that every time a staff reports, they would use the biometrics so that we note that they're there, and even geofencing of staff who work in the field, and so that we know that they're actually reporting to work. Chairman, that is going to help us to come as low as possible on this issue of the staff, because it is of course a concern. But Chairman, remember the first time we were here, we did not know how many staff we had, even if you asked us, in terms of the staff establishment. Chairman, since then we have been able to do our human resource policies and procedures. We have been able to do, Chairman, and you have copies there, our organizational structure and staff establishment. So now we are operating. We have been able to make a lot of progress in this area of HR. Are we where we need to be? Maybe not yet, but we have made a lot of progress. We had over 2,200 employees on a manual payroll as of 2022. We have moved all of them, got for them PF numbers, and moved all of them to the IRIS. That is how serious we've been on this matter of HR. Thank you, Chair.
Let's look at a comparative analysis.
Chair, just on that one. Because, you know, one of the things that we have received a lot of documents, so maybe we are mixed up. Governor, the document that we have here, the report of the Auditor General on County Executive Homa Bay for the year ended June 30th, 2024, on non-compliance with provisions of ethnicity diversity, affirmative action, gender, persons living with disabilities. It says clearly that the staff complement is composed of 83% male and 17% female for support staff, and 75% male and 25% female for technical staff. That's the report that we have. But you have given other figures, but I don't know where they be found, which report that is.
And that is why, Governor, I want to assist you. Let me play the devil's advocate, because you are asking where is Cherargei getting the information. You know I like reading. I got it from the OAG report, and I hope your CCM Finance could be kind enough. And I think, Chair, you had alluded to this 1.3. And maybe, Chair, Governor, to be clear, just the last limp. You have said all these have gone to human resource and information system. What about the temporary, or are they part of all of it, or permanent? The permanent employees are put into this system. What about the temporary employees? And for the information, just check page 5, 1.3 on the OAG report. I yield, Chair.
Yeah, the numbers in the, so it started with the total number of staff. What the Auditor General has reported, the Governor has a different number. The percentages, what the Auditor has reported, the Governor has a different number. why don't we tie this, because there's a PwC consultancy that has been cited here, and find out how that was useful to the county. Because if the county had spent, 32 million paid to PwC to audit the county public service, why are we still having this moving numbers of staff as a moving target? So, because you said we needed to tie the HR issues.
And Chair, while on PWD's PricewaterhouseCoopers of 32 million, why did they, I have seen even my county, they did use Public Service Commission to partner and did audit on the same. So when governor comes back, she should justify as to why PricewaterhouseCoopers were given over, I need this intergovernmental relationship between Public Service Commission, or whether they were doing it jointly, so that there is consistency. And I hope, Governor, you have noted in 1.3 OAG report what is the OAG having and what you have put on record or unanswered is worlds apart. And that inconsistency, Chair, can point us to a lot of concerns. And I hope, Governor, when you come back on the issue of temporary staff, I can see there was a decline between the 2022, 2023, 2024 in terms of temporary staff. I think in note number, I can see in 2022-2023 it was 59 million, but in 2023-2024 it was 25 million. So you should be able to tell us whether you transited the temporary employees to permanent and pensionable, or their contract lapsed and it was not renewed. And also to clarify whether on this wage of temporary employees and the head count that you did, whether there was citing of ghost workers, because we know the challenge in some of these counties, Chair, has been the challenge of, she has said on record that when they call for head count, some people did not turn up. So could it be a possibility of ghost workers that work within your entity? Chair, I think since you know the reason, Chair, we are on this too much is because 55% of the expenditure you have, Governor, is on wage bill. And that is why we are using a lot of energy and questioning, because it is consuming a huge part, which is across the country. You know, our counties have turned into employment bureaus, which is very sad, because, Governor, I know if you were to maybe get 35%, you can release a lot of money for development in our county of Homa Bay County.
So we can find out how the PwC process has been of value to the county. Vice Chair?
Yeah, just what you're saying, that I know PwC is a reputable entity. They would have they have their report. We also have a report by Auditor General. Let's see how they compare. And I think when the governor comes, then we would need to have